Looking at rational expressions and reducing them down. Here's one that you ought to be able to get. We have x squared minus 1 over x plus 1. We want to factor the numerator, and we can't factor the denominator, and then we want to cancel out terms. So you need to try doing that. So if we factor the numerator, that's the difference of two squares, x squared minus 1 squared. 1 squared is just 1. Right, so this goes back to factoring binomials. We have x minus 1 times x plus 1 when we completely factor it over x plus 1. What happens? Well, we can cancel these two terms out. What do we get? We're left with x minus 1. X minus 1. So all that reduced down to x minus 1. Alright, let's take a look at another one here. We have x squared plus 5x plus 6. And that's all over x plus 3. So we want to factor that numerator. Let's write down what we know is going to be there. Two numbers are multiplied together that gives us 6, and when we add them we get 5. Now remember, keep in mind this is a positive number here, so they got to either be both negative or both positive. Now considering this is positive, then they're going to both have to be positive, right? So two numbers. What about 2 and 3? 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. So there you go. Right? Remember, this is all over x plus 3. So now we can see what's going to be canceling out. X plus 3 over x plus 3. And so this thing reduces down to x plus 2. X plus 2. All right, pretty simple. What else we got? Oh, I got lots of them. Lots of problems. Let's see here. What about this one? 2x squared minus 2x minus 24. And that's going to be all over 6x minus 24. All right. So let's look at the numerator. What do we got? We have a 2, another 2, and a 24. Well, we know that 2 goes into 24, so we'll be able to factor a 2 out, and we should always do that first. Right? Factor what we can out of there. So that's going to be left with x squared minus 2x minus, what's that going to be? Minus 12. Yeah, what am I doing? Okay. What about the denominator? We have a 6 and a 24, so we can factor a 6 out. So we're going to be left with x minus 4. X minus 4. Okay? We're going to have to write small. We've run out of room. All right, look at here. We have a 2 and a 6. So we know that 2 goes into 6 3 times. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. We'll write this out here, 1/3. Out there, because that'll reduce down to 1/3. All right, let's look at the numerator. Look at this trinomial, I guess you could say, up here in the numerator. Two numbers multiplied together gives us negative 12. When we add them, we get negative 2. So It wouldn't be 3 and 4. Let's see, what else? 3 and 4. 6 and 2. No. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 4 gives us 12. Wait a minute. I'm like sitting here thinking, what is going on here? It's not supposed to work out like that. Okay, so when I factored the 2 out, I forgot to pull it completely out. Let me look back. Yeah. And I'm sure you were probably screaming at me. So that is 3 and 4. So we have x. Let's see, that's a minus sign there. X minus 4 times x plus 3. That's going to be all over x minus 4. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. When we add them, we get negative 1. Okay. We're going to have just enough room. So what cancels? Well, we have an x minus 4 in the denominator and x minus 4 in the numerator. Right? So it looks like we're going to be left with an x plus 3 in the numerator. And we'll just go ahead and write down here in the denominator over 3. Okay? All right, I think we'll stop on that note. Anyway, yeah, got to be careful. Those little mistakes like I made up here will get you. Okay. All right, we're over here. Come right on over. Check it out. I'll see you as